Space Syntax worked on the 2030 Nur-Sultan Masterplan. We led a multidisciplinary team, and that team included expedition engineering, who looked at energy and waste, Gustafsson, Porter and Bowman, who looked at landscape and public realm, and it included mobility and chain, who looked at issues around transport. We took a very specific approach to the master plan, and we basically approached it in 4 stages. First stage, we started to ask what the city should be like in 2030. Then we started to analyse what it's like now, how close to that 2030 vision it currently is. Using that analysis, we can then decide and we can identify how to change it, and then finally we can test how those changes work. So in terms of understanding what the city should be like in 2030, we engaged with stakeholders, we reviewed policy, we looked at international best practice, and what came out of that was that the city, to meet its targets, needs to become livable, sustainable and healthy. We could take the existing city and we can compare it to the vision that we want to create. So we looked at the performance of the city, how livable it was, how sustainable and how healthy. But really importantly, we could analyse the existing city systems, the infrastructure and the transport to see why the city was or wasn't meeting its target. Now at the moment, Nur-Sultan has things that a lot of global cities have, but it needs to go through a second stage of development to become more human scale. The third stage was to understand how to change the city. We can use our early analysis to target specific changes to exact locations. We know from analysing the city that it's big and low density, and that makes it feel very quiet and inactive. And to prevent any further sprawl, we wanted to concentrate any population growth within the boundary of the current city. And this will help to improve and intensify parts of it. We needed to add bridges in particular places, and that will help reduce congestion on the existing bridges. And we also needed to identify the best places to accommodate new jobs. Finally, we needed to work out how to connect the new jobs to the new population. The last stage of the master plan was to try to analyse the proposal and understand if the changes worked in the way they were meant to. We took the model that we made earlier on, we added the proposals, added the new project, and then we reanalysed it. Now the master plan puts in place the conditions for the city to become livable, sustainable and healthy. It makes it more walkable, it reduces the dependence that people have on private cars, and it puts in place strategies for the city to meet its emissions and recycling targets.